Hello everybody, this is Dr. Sivakant Pathak. Today available with you with one important topic, that is work energy theorem. In the previous lecture we have seen in the detail about the work and energy. Now we are going to see about this work energy theorem. Let us see first the statement of work energy theorem, that is the amount of work done on a body to displace it is equal to increase kinetic energy of body. In this statement it is given here, when we apply some force on a body, let F force applied on a body, and this body displaces from position A to position B up to a distance S, here in this diagram, right? Let's initial velocity of body is u and final velocity is v, acceleration acting is a. Then statement here is given, work done is equal to increase in kinetic energy. We are going to prove it. Prove the statement. The proof actually begins from in the beginning, in which let us consider a body in which F is equal to force acting on body, A is acceleration produced in body, u is initial velocity, v is final velocity, s is distance traveled, or we can say displacement. So these symbols are usual meaning here. F acceleration, F is force, A is acceleration, u and v are initial and final velocity, and s is a distance traveled here in this case. Now F force is applied on a body, then according to Newton's second law of motion, this is F is equal to ma, that is Newton's second law of motion. Here in this, since we are knowing that acceleration is given by formula dv by dt, that is the rate of change of momentum. Now second equation of motion can be written as m dv by dt. Now We are going to see this as equation number 1. Now, amount of work done in time dt is dw is equal to f ds. ds is distance traveled in dt time. It can be also written in this. Now this dw can be written as f by this equations 1m dv by dt into ds, or we can write here in the rearrange theorem m dv into ds by dt. Now we may write dw is equal to m v dv, because this v is equal to ds by dt. Velocity is equal to displacement by time. Here, see this equation number 2 in this case. We have focused 2 equations. That is, first one is f is equal to m dv by dt. By this, suppose this force is acting on a body. F force acts on a body. Let force F acts on body, displaces it ds in dt time. Then we have this calculation. Now we are going to calculate net work done. This net work done is integral of dw, and it is equal to integral mv dv. Let limit of integral, it is integrate over dv. Let its initial velocity u, and after traveling distance acting force velocity becomes v. So under these conditions we may write m integral uv mv dv. M is here. Now it is m v square by 2. It is from u to v, or by putting this value half m v square minus half m u square. Now work done w we have obtained. We have copied the last equation here. That is half mv square minus half m u square. So this is, see very carefully here, work done is equal to half mv square. Half mv square is a kinetic energy final. Since kinetic energy final is equal to half m, final velocity is v, minus kinetic energy initial is equal to half mu square. Initial velocity is here given, so it is kinetic energy initial. Now we can write net work done, capital W is equal to kinetic energy final minus kinetic energy initial. So that is a difference in energy, or we can say gain in kinetic energy. This is a statement of work energy theorem. Proof of work energy theorem, in which the statement is given: net work done on a body to displace is equal to gain in kinetic energy of body. So by this mathematical calculation we were able to prove the statement of work energy theorem. Now we are going to see some special feature of work energy theorem. See some special feature here carefully. See carefully what I am going to explain here in the speciality of the work energy theorem. So let us see carefully in this case. Let's see in second equation of motion. Second, not equation of motion, second law of motion. Second law of motion is mathematical relation between force and acceleration. It is a clear? This is a mathematical relation between at any instant t. This formula is derived for the acceleration produced on a body of mass m due to the application of force F at any instant of time. But see, work energy theorem is for integral over an interval of time in which velocity changes from u to v. When force is applied on a body, it took a time, and we are integrated from u to v in the derivation. It means it is from time t1 to time t2, that is of time interval delta t. It is actually integral over delta t or integral over delta v or dt or dv. So it is integral over the time, whereas Newton's second law of motion for a particular time or instant of time. This is one special feature regarding this. Second, you see, second point is also very important, that is second law of motion. Newton second law of motion, that is F is equal to ma. It is in vector form, whereas work energy theorem in which net work done is equal to increase in kinetic energy, that is half mv square minus half mu square on body, is in scalar form. So see, very important point here in this case is the second law of motion is in a vector form, whereas work energy theorem is in scalar form. Now see the third speciality, and it is very important here in work energy theorem. In work energy theorem, the third point is this: work energy theorem is work done is equal to increase in kinetic energy on a body. Work done on a body is equal to increase in kinetic energy of a body. So work energy theorem speaks only, this theorem speaks only about increase in kinetic energy. But one more possibility is, one more possibilities is there. Work can store in form of potential energy also. So whatever work is stored in form of potential energy, it is not explained in work energy theorem. Work energy theorem is only work done is equal to increase in kinetic energy, no other than this. So this is the limitation of the work energy theorem, that it gives only increase in kinetic energy, but no information regarding the potential energy stored. So the limitations of work energy theorem. The last important feature of the work energy theorem. See carefully. Work energy theorem. Work energy theorem is true for all type of systems. Work energy theorem is true for all type of system. This system means system of particles. This system here indicates the system of particle in presence of all type of forces. These forces may be conservative or non-conservative. See, we have done previous lecture conservative and non-conservative. Conservative forces are those forces in which work done is only dependent on initial and final points, but independent on path adopted, whereas non-conservative forces were just opposite to the conservative forces. In non-conservative forces, net work done is dependent on path adopted, but it is independent on initial and final point. So this is about work energy theorem for today. So I hope you are able to understand each and every points of the work energy theorem explained here in the derivation. So okay, this is for today. Thank you and have a nice day.